Good morning, everybody. It is now 8:01. We're going to call to order our Board of Inspectors for Thursday, January 12th. We'd like to first confirm that the folks joining us virtually can hear us loud and clear. Is that the case? Fantastic. And then can you also see the PowerPoint presentation as well that has a very nice wintry theme? Okay, fantastic. I just want to confirm that's the case. Thank you. Our first order of business is now a board reorganization, and we are going to be electing a chair and vice chair. Before doing so, I just want to say it's been a privilege and an honor to serve here as prison board chair and also as a member the last 11 years. I've really enjoyed working with the team, great team, vendor, Prime Care, many of the partners we have around the table, the society, members of the public, and also Centerpiece joining us. I really have appreciated all the partnerships that we've had. There's been a lot of good work done, but also a lot of good work still to do. So I will make a motion at this time to resign as chair and elect President Judge John Bryan as chair of the prison board. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Been moved and seconded. Any final discussion on this? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Congratulations, President Judge Bryan. I'll turn it over to you for the vice chair election.
All right. So at this point, we need to have a nomination for vice chair. I would nominate Steve Dersham, and have a second on that. Second. All right. We have a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Motion carries. So I'm a little rusty. I've been here a while. Some of them charged. So the meeting.
It's usually up on the PowerPoint, sir.
Yeah.
So just follow that.
Do we? Yeah, I'm gonna follow it. Do we still do the introductions around the room, or is that something we got away from?
At the discretion of the chair. Yeah, if you'd like to, please.
Maybe just. I mean, obviously all name tags, but it might kind of help me kind of refresh myself. I do know a lot of you, but it might be nice to kind of get to know everybody. So anyway, I'm Judge Bryan. I'm the current president judge of the Court of Common Pleas. I served on the board before, and I'm excited to be back and kind of work forward on the issues that you've been working on over the past couple of years while I haven't been here, and forward to work with everybody. Mr. Higgins.
Mark Higgins, Center County Commissioner, now chair.
Short timer. Michael Pipe, Commissioner.
Jason Moser, Controller.
Denise, the administrator.
Melanie Gordon, the Deputy Warden of Operations here at the jail.
Rochelle, the warden.
Glenn Irwin, Deputy Warden of Administration.
Karen Hall, Director of Criminal Justice Planning.
Good morning, Tom Weber, CEO of Prime Care.
Morning, Cassandra Kayla. Well, my last name is really changed to Nichols. I'm the Health Services Administrator.
Good morning, Alicia Weaver, I'm the Assistant Director of Nursing.
Good morning, Mark Kissling, Center County resident.
Ken Klein-Smeltzer, Center County resident.
Janet Irons, representative of the Prison Society.
Brian Borcher, I help the Women's Chaplain as a volunteer from the John Fry, County Administrator.
Kristen Simpkins, Human Resources Director.
All right, thank you. I guess we'll move forward and public comments.
And Judge, maybe, I think we have two people joining virtually.
Yes.
Maybe they can hear us.
Can anybody joining virtually, can everybody hear us okay?
It would be Marie and, okay. We're done.
Marie, did you want to introduce yourself, please?
I am Marie Hamilton, a Center County citizen.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Great.
How about Barb? Barb's on for Centerpiece.
I'm Barbara Squires, and I am the Interim Executive Director of Centerpiece.
All right, thank you. Thanks. All right, so public comments? I'm probably going to ask for a little guidance on how to kind of work through this the first time. So.
Absolutely. And again,
getting
it's your discretion on if you do virtual or in person at first.
Let's do in person first, and we'll go to virtual. Any public comments from anybody in person? Any?
And I apologize, clarification on that, President Judge Ryan, would be, for items not on the agenda. But for any items not appearing on the agenda, that would be the time now, and then once we cover them, there may be public comment as items are referenced.
All right, so there'll be public comments to items not on the agenda. In the room, anybody virtually? No, okay. Approval of the minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the minutes are approved. So we're gonna move forward with our monthly reports, and I think our first report is mental health.
Yes, we'll go into the Returning Citizen Services Report. I'm going to have to shorten this a little bit. Starting off with Center County Mental Health, Amy Miller. December of 2021, sorry about that, was 12. This past year is 21. Crossroads, drug and alcohol, they meet 4 times per month, 13 males, 8 females. Mental health group 4 times per month, 6 males and 0 females. Center County Compass Program, 4 times per week for the 4 weeks. Male group is 18 returning citizens with 3 peer supports. Females are 13 returning citizens with 2 peer supports. The Compass graduations was a total of 5, 1 female, 4 males. Center County Decision Points Program, they meet 1 time per week for 4 weeks. Male group is 1. Graduation was December was 1, and that was a male. Work release and community reentry workers, this is a monthly total that is available to work at these allocations here. Centerpiece is 9, county maintenance 0, grounds is 3, work release we have 9, a year ago we had 4. Center County population snapshot of Friday, December 31st, 2022, total of 184. Out of 184, Center County population is 122. Out of 122 was 20 females, 102 males. Out of the 122, county sentence was 44, 4 females, 37 males. Unsentenced was 71, 13 females, 51 males. State sentence were 7, 7 males. Out of the total of 184, 10 of the counties is 62, 22 females, 40 males. County sentence is 42, 9 females, 33 males. Unsentenced is 20, 13 females, 7 males, and 0 at state. Just looking at the whole month of December, from December 1, where Center County count was about 106, Pennant County was 50. To the end of the month, our Center County is 120, and our Tennant County is 61. Center County unsentenced, a snapshot of 12/31/2022. New charges only were 32 males, 5 females, 37 total. Probation parole only is 12 males, 6 females, total of 18. Probation parole with new charges are 8 males, 0, total of 8, total of 63 total. Behavior modification status, we have on tier 0 is 4, tier 2 is 1, and tier 4 we have 10 out in general population. Co-occurring disorder, mental illness, and drug addictions. A year ago is 36. This past year is 33 out of 101 intakes of 32%. 32.6%, only 13 have been on medication. Out of 33, 23 were from Center County, 6 females, 17 males. 10 out of county, and 4 females and 6 males. Suicide watch, December of last year was 8. This past year, 17, 12 from Center, 4 females, 8 males, 5 from out of county, 4 females, 1 male. Suicide detox a year ago was 3, 4 from Center, 1 from out of county, and suicide detox this year is 6, 3 from Center, 2 females, 1 male, 3 from out of county. Detox total a year ago is 18, 16 Center, 2 from out of county. This past year was 32, 11 females, 21 males. Out of 32 is 26 from Center, 7 females, 19 males, and 6 from out of county, 4 females, and 2 males. Our substance by the numbers. Heroin came in detoxing with 2, 1 Center, 1 out of county. Fentanyl was 3, 2 Center, 1 out of county. Benzo was 6, 4 Center, 2 out of county. Meth was 6 from Center. Alcohol was 2, 2 from Center, 1 from out of county. Suboxone is 4 from Center. The multiple is benzo Suboxone was 2, 1 Center, 1 out of county. There's 2 heroin benzo from Center. 1 benzo meth from Center, 3 fentanyl heroin meth from Center, 2 heroin meth benzo alcohol from Center, and 2 benzo meth Suboxone from Center. Our medical assistant treatment program, MAT, numbers for Vivitrol for December of 2022, we have 1 that received their first injections. Inmates received injections prior to release is 30, second injection 16, and inmates that returned in the community has been 7. Prime care report, inpatient hospital was 0 days. COVID testing results is symptomatic was negative 281, positive is 2, recovery is 113. Asymptomatic testing was 3,770, positive 6, recovery of 162. Total seen by physician or PA a year ago was 122. This past year was 118. Total medical transport to outside physicians a year ago was 17. This past year was 9. Medical clearance, medical clinician individual seen a year ago was 311. This year is 287. Psychiatrist was 69 a year ago and 48 this past year. Mental health patient on psychotropic medication last year was 118 with 52% of our population, which ADP was 224. This past year was 84, 48.6% out of the ADP of 173. That's probably the lowest we've had for a while. Daily average population diagnosis of mental health total of 113 out of 173 ADP. A year ago was 131 for category C. Category D was 19. This past year was 98 with 56.6%, and 15 for category D. 15 is 8.7% of the population. Mental health stability rating entire population snapshot of 12/31/2022. Stability code A is a total of 31, which is 19% of our ADP. Category B is 22, which is 12% of our ADP. Category C is 96, which is 52% of our ADP. Category D is 16, which is 9% of our population, with a total of 161. Awaiting placement is 15, which is 8% of our population out of the 184 of that day. Did you want to talk about the stability codes, Cass, or does anybody have any questions about the stability codes? Because we talked about that last time. I forgot to put that. Good.
Nobody has.
Maybe just for me, since I'm.
Just remind.
So we have 4 stability codes, A, B, C, D. Everybody gets assigned a stability code within 20 days of their arrival by the mental health clinician. Stability code A is basically you don't have any mental health history, no mental health treatment. Stability code B is you do have mental health history, but you're not currently in treatment and haven't been for approximately 2 years. Stability code C is our patients that are currently being treated for mental health and are on medications. And then stability code D, they are also on medications, but they're just a little bit greater mentally ill. That's our schizophrenia patients, stuff like that.
That would be their SMIs, serious mental illness.
Thank you.
Talking about our mental health stability rating by county, we're talking about stability code A. Center County is in blue, Tennant County is in green. Stability code A is 24, Center County is 23, 23 males, 1 female. Out of county is 11 males. Stability code B, Center County 17, they're males. Out of county is 5, 3 females, or 2 females, 3 males. Stability code C is 62. Center County 48 males, 14 females. Out of county is 34, 17, and 17 for both populations there. Stability code D is 9, 7 males, 2 females. And stability code D for out of county is 7, 5 females, and 2 males. Inmate grievances report. A year ago we had 54. This past December we had 36, 3 non-grievable, 0 grievable that found it. Grievable was 7, 2 were found it, 0 appeals to the first and second level, 26 were refused. Grievable were found with issues with incoming mail was immediately corrected by administration. Issue with medication dispensing procedures, newer nurse, remedial training was conducted. Central Booking Center, a year ago it was 168. This past December was 178. We're up 10. 11-7 processed 33, 7-3 processed 64, and 311 processed 81. And that's it, sir.
Thank you. Do you have any comments on the monthly reports?
For the out-of-county folks, Looked like there was a little bit of an uptick. Was that a scattering of other counties that were bringing folks? Was there
Yes, we
one
brought-
county that did the majority?
Yeah, so we brought in, Schuylkill,
Okay.
we brought in 20,
I think 17.
17
between the two
total, it's
groups
close to
from
20,
Schuylkill.
yeah, 2 groups. They brought 2 groups in the last week. They'd like to bring another group in and, talked with Judge Zanuck. He wants to know if we can, they have 17 in Mifflin County, which he wants them out of Mifflin County.
Huntington has them.
Huntington has them in Mifflin County, yeah, Judge Zanuck's, just because, the uncooperation with the courts. So they prefer, he prefer, not you.
Not our-
Just for the record, it's Mifflin County, not.
They wanted them brought here because of the relationship that we have, that to be able to be attended to their court needs and so forth. So that's what we're looking at. They want to try to get them back into central location. So yeah, so we're looking at that.
And President Judge, one of the reasons we asked that, at least from a board standpoint, is to appreciate the pressure that puts on Center County incarcerated folks and the focus that we try to put on rehabilitation and corrections with them. But also, as the Board of Commissioners, we're trying to find a balance of the financials. And there is a daily fee that we charge other counties for housing, and we're just trying to find a good balance and striking that. We're not putting pressure on the staff and the team to work on extra shifts, but also try to offset some costs. So it's always a curious thing that we'll look at. So.
And this is more of a curiosity question too. So when the inmates come from Mifflin County, for example, you know, we focus on rehabilitation, and I don't know what Mifflin County does. Is there like a transition period from, you know, they were housed in Mifflin County, however that correctional facility run to here, and how we're doing things? What does that look like?
Well,
how complicated?
let's put about Schuylkill. So Schuylkill.
Yeah.
When we go, we'll do a Schuylkill. I mean, because Schuylkill guys, when they come up here, they actually enjoy coming up here. A better facility, the food, the programs, just the whole outlook of how the jails ran, how the officers respect the incarcerated as well as they give us respect back. So when they come up here, I mean, there's a couple that they won't be incarcerated to begin with, but when they do come up here, majority of our Schuylkill people will get jobs, be a trustee, work in the kitchen, and so forth. So, I mean, it's actually a benefit for us when they come up and so forth. Now, there's a few Huntington, they don't want to be here because they don't like rules or regulations, and they rather go to Huntington or Mifflin, of course. But Schuylkill enjoys they come up here because it's much cleaner and much a better environment for them. So,
Thank
you.
I have a question. Do inmates from other counties get the same opportunities for creating groups?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything
Yep.
else?
Yeah, the only thing they don't get to participate is in an outside, like reentry, community reentry or work release at that point.
We do have that agreement in place with Huntington County where they're incarcerated individuals from Huntington. We work with Judge Zanuck and their probation in their jail. And so Huntington, because of the closeness of the relationship, are the only ones who could pursue centerpiece on grounds clearance, that kind of thing with them. It'd be really hard with Schuylkill just because they're so far away. Obviously, the work opportunities up here wouldn't be as beneficial long-term for them. But all the programming inside, there's they can either participate or there's an alternative they can participate in for the same type of program here.
You're from Schuylkill, like more just an agreement how it works with the liability between the prisons, since they're kind of outsourcing to here, as far as like maybe working with county maintenance or anything like that for some of these, or is it kind of an agreement that you have between the facilities?
We've been in discussion with them about that. Their courts don't feel secure of letting them out.
They're the ones that feel.
Yes, they do. So I mean, so we give them the opportunity, working in the kitchen and so forth. So they can still. Their earn time's a little different. It's really, really different. Like it's something that out of I don't know where they pulled it from, but it's different. So we still acknowledge when to Schuylkill's counselors and probation, knowing that they work for us as a trustee for X amount of days and so forth. So if they count that as good behavior and early release, but Schuylkill's a different animal with releasing people and that. So
Because I would think that we could probably reach out to them. But I might try anyway and see what happens. All right, thank you so much.
No problem.
All right, so I guess we'll move on to old business, and first part here is, and obviously I wasn't here for old business, but committee recreational alternative.
Happy to give an update for award, and I don't want to preempt
No, I don't, I mean, I've been waiting on Bernie, to lead on that, so.
Is it possible to kind of give me a little bit of a summary of where we've gone with this?
And again, I don't want to jump in front of Jason.
No.
I was going to say it more from a procedural standpoint. Bernie and Jason are serving on this committee. Really appreciate them doing that and also partnering with the facility to make recommendations. We're also trying to bring in some community members, advocates, well, and it's really a revisiting, a reckoning, an appreciation of how the facility was constructed and the perspective and the thoughts from the community regarding an appropriate level of outdoor recreation. Our position is we're in compliance with the DOC, with all the acts, the titles, etc., for outdoor recreation. And there's an understandable approach about, well, maybe we should revisit that, look at that. Is it true outdoor recreation? And so we're trying to form this committee to look at alternatives and to look at other paths that may be available, but also reach out to other facilities to see how they may approach this problem. We're not the only facility that has a different rec yard than a fenced, if you think of the SCIs. So it's just trying to appreciate that and move forward. It's something that PA and the controller are really committed to, and I think we all are looking at other options. But again, it's in the guidelines of the facility. What can be done, what can't be done. And so it's striking that balance. So the committee was created as a way to dialogue and move forward some ideas. Jason's, Mr. Controller, has been passionate about this since he began his service on the prison board. Is to support the incarcerated. So,
Yeah, sure. So we were formally formed in December, at the December meeting. So Bernie and I are still working with Denise to identify community members to serve on that committee. Probably for the February meeting, we'll have an update on both those members, and then really, at least a broad outline of our plan moving forward in both frequency of meeting and then goals of and outcomes for those meetings. And certainly, Judge, if you'd like to serve on or come to those meetings, something obviously you're welcome to do that also. But we'll certainly have probably a more in-depth report in February.
Yeah, just.
So traditionally as well, this might be a good place to do it. We're very thankful for folks from the community who come and participate, really are. And the way that I thought the meetings run more smoothly and fluidly is where members of the prison board will have the opportunity to dialogue on an issue with the agenda item. And once we're sort of concluded, open up the opportunity for members of the questions, comment on it, and a fair critique of the meetings that I've chaired would be, it's been a little bit more open, and certainly I think providing a more structured environment for that, I think it's a good conversation to have. So you may see a different iron rule or iron fist coming out. We also like to inject some humor. It's more structured. And levity. More structured. But I've always appreciated that give and take. But I think it is appropriate to mention it's a 5-minute comment period. And it's really at the discretion of the chair to recognize individuals.
You do that at the end of the meeting.
No, it's on this item it would be once we've concluded dialogue and discussion as a board, allowing individuals to comment, ask questions within a structured time frame. On this, even though we don't have any action on it, it's opportunities.
All right, so I guess we'll open up for any public comment then. Okay.
Sure, Ken Klein, sponsor. Yeah, several of us have been meeting with the board for almost a year now, and putting pressure on her to something about outdoor recreation for incarcerated citizens. We are happy to see that the board decided to appoint a committee to look at alternatives. That move forward more quickly.
Yes. I'm Mark Kissling. I want to start just by saying thanks to Commissioner Pike. You mentioned your openness. I mean, that's one thing that I really appreciated when I first started attending. That and certainly in comparison to other meetings, governmental meetings that I've attended that aren't as open. So thank you for that, but also thank you for your service over the decade of our county. It's much appreciated. And thanks to you, Judge Brian, for coming back to the board. Yeah, as Ken said, we started really looking into this and learning about the issue a year ago, January of last year, and have been really concerned that although the jail is in compliance with Pennsylvania code based on interpretation of it by inspectors, it's not actually outdoor recreation. It's not actually going outside. And for us, that there's just a real moral imperative and a human imperative. And if we take rehabilitation seriously, we think one of the most rehabilitative things is being outside. So we've really been focusing on that. I wanted to say just a couple of things, partly because you're new, Judge Brian, too, coming back. The minutes, for how the minutes are done each month, I noticed in the December minutes that there is a record of 6 different people offering comment about the importance of outdoor recreation. And that's concerning to me as someone who's gone back into the minutes from past years. Is it possible to add in that we had 6 folks from different perspectives speaking? On top of, in November, there were 6 other folks who spoke, and that is in the November minutes. So, for someone like yourself, if you went back and looked at the minutes, you'd have no idea that there was, really thoughtful, articulate commentary from different angles about the issue. So, I'm wondering if that would be possible. And I'm also mindful of Judge Oliver, some of her last comments on the board. She spoke about the need for us thinking seriously about outdoor recreation. So would it be possible to have those in the record so that people can see that? And then the last thing I just wanted to mention is that Marie Hamilton on Zoom had an op-ed in the CDT last week on this issue, talking about her teaching in CCCF and the experiences in her classroom. And for me in particular, the image of incarcerated folks rushing to the window to catch the pink of the sunset. So I want that in the record, and if you're not familiar with it, I would love to share it with you. It was a really powerful piece about her teaching. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Hi, Janet Hyams. I also, I'll save some of my comments for Commissioner Pike for our report. But I wanted to share that at the December meeting, the Business Society specifically wanted to make sure that there was a representative from our group on the committee. And at a recent meeting, we did choose Nancy Rommel to be the individual that would like to have served, and I've already communicated that to Denise. So I hope that I've done all of the appropriate procedural tasks necessary for that to happen. I also wanted to echo Marie Hamilton's experience. The Business Society has for years done programming, although COVID has somewhat disrupted all of that. And the rushing to the windows is a standard thing that happens when people walk into a programming room, because it's actually a window that you can see outside. And it's been something that we've been concerned about for a very long time. I think that it's been useful for us to have the kind of community support that's coming from this human rights group. So I just wanted to share that, and I'll stop there.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yeah, I'll just briefly say I will volunteer to go on with has to go with the Kate Contorno and the controller to work on this. My initial, if anybody probably doesn't recall this time, the reason I got on board the first time is that we had to kind of work on work release because we weren't getting people out. So that was my main goal, to increase our work release. I agree with the sentiment, and obviously I'm not that familiar with all the rules and regulations yet, but I'm willing to go on and work on the committee to kind of hear from what the community is saying. I do find value in it. All right, so with that, we'll move on to COVID-19 correctional facility operation.
Thank you, sir. Our programs are all in functions. There's some that are split in person. So we have opened up our correctional facility for all programmings to come in, volunteers to come in, and it's up to them as an organization if they feel secure to come into the jail. So some of them, as you see, the yoga for females is a split in person. Some of them will be still phone calls, just that's what the preference are, or video, or Zoom and that and so forth. So our programming and calls is center safe. Videos, we still have access church dropping videos off to show that around the housing units. In progress, process of reviewing is the Wellness Recovery Action Program, WRAP, for both returning citizens and staff. And then we go into our COVID-19 vaccines. January 4th was our 20th vaccine and booster clinic. A total of 13 was vaccinated. Given first doses of Moderna was 2, Pfizer was 2, second dose of Moderna was 2, Pfizer was 3, booster was 2, and Pfizer was 2. The 21st vaccine and booster clinic will be the second week of January, or no, February. It'd be February. I'm sorry about that. It'd be February. All receives an incentive of $25 for first vaccination. Oops. I'm sorry. And that's it for that.
Any comment on COVID-19 corrections? All right, new business. I don't see anything under new business.
Nothing on the new business but the deepest appreciation fight for serving on the board as well. So didn't have the co-chair, so I'm the only one signed, so I apologize. I appreciate your time here.
I shouldn't sign my answer.
We can arrange that if you want to sign for yourself. We can.
I know, yeah, absolutely.
Here are. Lots of smiles.
Thank you, Board.
Just going into what we've done here in the last couple of months here at the correctional facility. I know it's not on the agenda, but I think it deserved recognized. So what we did was we recognized years of services. We've been trying to do this for a while. However, the pandemic hit us and put things on the delay, and finally we just said heck with it. So we have 3 challenging coins. If you look there with the badge and the 20 years with the American flag, the center is a 30-year. It's a little unique with the badge, gold a little bit with a handcuff of 30 years, and then the other one with the Center County is the 25 years. Individuals that got these, Brenda McKinley is 32 years of service. Kevin McCool is 32 years of service with Center County, and Mike Shears 31 years. They all received all 3 of those, as well as a gift certificate, $50 gift certificate to what they like, different ones. One, I think it was Bass Pro Shop and so forth. Dave Neff was 25 or 26 years. He received 2 of those, so in another 4 years he'll get the 30th, and then he'll be able to put that in his. But it's a little carrying case. It's all sealed in there. They don't move around and so forth. But they all received that. We had a nice meal for these officers as well as the whole staff. So just to recognize their years of service, doing that. As I mentioned, there, Brenda's 32, Kevin 32, Mike 31, and Dave 26. I just feel that this is a staple that needs to be done in corrections, and I'm hoping it continues after my tenure here. And so forth. That's just one thing that we've done here as a team, brought things together. And also we've been doing retirement parties. So our last retirement party was Leonard Verbeck. I don't know how many years, I think it was 17 years of service. He's got a wooden plaque with a flag, the gray marking there, the gray thin line is corrections. Now, the one he'll actually get is actually have his name on it, the years of service, and his CCCF maintenance facility. He'll be there. So we had a nice meal for him. He liked wings, so we had wings for all the staffs that day. But that's one of those things I want to do. So that's what we've been doing. I appreciate the board for electing me as warden in 2017. It was great work with Judge Grimes. I'm actually jealous that since I'm leaving, I'm not going to have the opportunity to work with you again. But it's been a pleasure. I think we've accomplished a lot here at the jail. I think we changed the culture compared to when I first came in here. I think we're more unified. I think it's not 3 different teams when I came in here. It's one unified team: officers, lieutenants, counselors, kitchen workers. I think it really changed a lot, and I think it's because of the team. It's not because of me. It's the team. We worked together. We worked hand in hand. We accomplished a lot of initiatives, and I was pleased to be part of this team. So thank you.
You're leaving?
Yes, my last day is the 26th. Yes.
What's happening? I mean, sorry to see you go. We at least got to know you.
Yeah. It'll be discussed in executive session. Okay. Do we do the monthly reports for criminal justice planning?
All right, I do not have our totals for drug overdose deaths for 2022 yet. I'm just waiting for some final data from the coroner's office, but I'll share that hopefully at the next month's meeting. But I did want to mention that Center County Commissioners are applying for the grant due today, which I'll submit hopefully before 5 o'clock, if not from my house this evening. But we are submitting to the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency for funding under Improving Justice System Response to Opioid Stimulant and Related Substance Use Disorders. So these are SOAR funds, which are state opioid response money, which is actually federal dollars, but they call it state. So we're submitting for $500,000. It's been a group effort between Glenn, myself, and Kathy Arbogast at our Drug and Alcohol Department. So we're looking to expand the use of medication-assisted treatment here at the facility. So the warden, they did a policy last month. So that is already in place. We have letters of support from all of our partners in this process. We're really hoping that we can expand the use of MAT for the folks while they're incarcerated, and then it'll continue in the community, and it will be open, excuse me, to not only Center County individuals housed here, but also out of county. They'll just continue their treatment once they return to their home county, their sentencing county. So that is the plan. So hopefully we'll get funding for that.
So bring Judge Grind up on the course. So our MAT is a little different than a lot of other programs that's in other county jails. So we want to make sure that our incarcerated individuals that come into our correctional stay connected to the community with their counselors that they're seeing already, what they're seeing with the MAT program. So we worked out with Crossroads, since they're already here 3 days a week, they're actually going to increase their time here. Actually, it's like 2.5 days, but now they're going to increase it to 4 days a week, possibly 5 days a week to take over the MAT. So majority of our people that come into the institution that's on MAT is with Crossroads. So they're going to, so if they see Sue in the community, they're going to still see Sue here at the jail. So we want to keep that connection. So when they get out, they're going to keep Sue again and still continue to have that bond with that counselor. So that was our whole goal. It took a little longer than we wanted to, but we finally got the policy together, got all entities together to work together, and I think it'll be a success.
Prison Society.
Yes, hi, thank you. I was, and will extend my appreciation to Commissioner Pike, but it turns out that as an ad hoc, I also have to extend my appreciation to Warden Shep. So one of the things that has been important to us in the Prison Society has been the long-term commitment of people to this correctional facility. And I can't say how much I appreciate the recognition that you give to the people who've served here a long time, because now I'm going to get upset. Makes such a difference to walk into this facility and see somebody who not only knows us, but knows the people who are incarcerated, and is able to work with us, right?
or to call Melanie or Glenn and say, you know, we just spoke to so-and-so, and they're like, yes, we're familiar with that situation. They also respect the confidentiality of the work that the Prison Society does, so that we will, somebody will be sharing something with us that's a problem, that if it got around would create a problem for them in the facility. But we can go to the administration and we can say, look, here's an issue that we see going on, and they will respond to that. And I think that the openness and the dialogue that we've had with the facility is not just due to Commissioner Warden Shell, whom I appreciate very much, but also due to the leadership of Michael Pike, who has set an example of openness and dialogue and communication. So I have every expectation that that will continue because it is so deeply embedded in the culture of the county and of this facility for a long time. So other than that, I actually didn't have much to say, and so I think I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Janet, thank you. That's so kind, so thoughtful. But it's a team effort, as the warden said. It's a team effort, and a lot of the things that I said this at the Board of Commissioners meeting on Tuesday, but you know, we meet for about an hour, 90 minutes a month here. So much work happens outside of these four walls, but it really is the tenor is set here. And you know, kudos to the warden. We're going to be celebrating. I won't be there, but every prison board member is welcome. We talked about this before I handed the reins over to Chairman of the Board, Commissioners Mark Higgins, but we'll be celebrating at a Tuesday meeting upcoming. And so we'd love to have you, you know, you're going to come out, but they're going to do a great job there. But it's such a team effort. It's the only way you can do big things by working together. So I just wanted to thank you for those comments, but really return it to the group of folks that work.
So, and I'm just looking at my notes, there was one other thing. I said, I have to advocate for something. And the thing that we've been here before advocating for is decent pay for the corrections officers who are here. And I know that there's been response from the commissioners, especially when the shortage of people to work here. But it means a lot if we don't have a revolving door. And I know I'm speaking for the administration of the jail, but it is a team effort. We can advocate for people who are incarcerated, and sometimes in other facilities, the problems are the corrections officers. The more we can work as a team with them, the better the experience can be, and that only happens if they feel as if they're being valued, and they only feel valued if they're getting enough money to be able to support themselves and their families. And so that was also on here, but I forgot. Thank you.
Thank you. Centerpiece.
Good morning, and first I want to say the same that Janet said. Thank you to Michael Pike for your years of service, not only to the county, but to this board as well. Warden Shell, I'm sorry to hear that you're leaving. I have always enjoyed interaction with you, and I know that whether you're aware of it or not, a lot of the guys that we work with at Centerpiece, they speak highly of you, so you are well respected, and I think that you're going to be hard shoes to fill. So thank you very much for your service to the county and to the individuals at Center County Corrections Facility. It's been, last year was a better year for us with the individuals that we had from Center Corrections Facility. In 2021, we had 1,916 man hours, which was way down from previous years. And 2022, we were up to 6,693, and that's a blessing for us in that that's more time that we get one-on-one with the individuals. And I can totally understand Marie's article about individuals and running to windows. And when they come here, a lot of them want to stand outside on the sidewalk and have lunch just because they can be outside. And I have thoroughly enjoying my time at Centerpiece and the interaction with the individuals, and look forward to getting to know some of you better in the coming months. And I really wasn't prepared. I'm the new man on the block. This has only been 48 hours since Kathy left, so if you'll forgive me for not having anything else prepared for today.
Thank you.
Barb, I want to thank you for filling in a lot of times, and Kathy, we built a nice relationship. We collaboratively work together. We actually now, the individuals go out in civilian clothes now. besides what they do, which is a plus with working with Centerpiece and administration here, as well as the officers. And, I just thank you. And, I did enjoy our conversations and everything you guys donated to the art facility as well. And the classes that you guys give our returning citizens is great, and I appreciate everything.
Thank you.
Announcements. So before we go into executive session, I mean, on my personal thoughts, I just wanted to thank Warden Shelf. I was here when he came on, and I can't express the job that you've done from when you started, what was going on to where we are now. The reason I came back, one of the big reasons I came back to prison for was to work with Warden Shelf. So that caught me off guard. And I just think you're open, you're direct, and you're an excellent warden, and I really wish you well, professional and personal. I just want to make that statement. All right, so with that, I think you wanted to make a comment.
Just real quickly, thanks to Warden Shelf. We were citizens coming in with critical questions, but you recognized them as caring, and I greatly appreciate that. Giving us a tour around, helping us understand. So thank you very much on that specific aspect, and then more largely your service to the county and folks even beyond the county.
Thank you.
And I think as we move forward, obviously, we want to build on what Warden Shelf's done here. That's the direction that we are. Okay. So with that, we need to adjourn to the executive session. Do I have a motion to adjourn? So in a second. Second. All right. I guess we have to vote. Aye. Aye. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank everybody.
Mike, you didn't snag him off to the work for the state?
No.